There is a level in destiny where God begins to demand mastery, not survival, not effort, not struggle mastery, because the battles ahead are not for shallow men. The assignments ahead are not for inconsistent men. The responsibilities ahead are not for those who break easily. You must be forged into mastery. Proverbs 24:5 says, "A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increaseth strength." Strength is not a gift. Strength is a product of knowledge. You grow stronger as you grow wiser. Your ability to stand, to rise, to endure, to excel, all of it is tied to the wisdom you absorb and apply. Destiny requires mastery in several realms. Mastery of your mind, mastery of your emotions, mastery of your habits, mastery of your assignments, mastery of your relationships, mastery of your time, mastery of your spirit life. You cannot rule externally until you master these realms internally. Luke 16:10 says, "He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much." Before heaven gives you much, it tests your faithfulness with little. Before God gives you nations, He tests you with habits. Before God gives you influence, He tests you with discipline. Before God gives you platforms, He tests you with consistency. Every small instruction you ignore is a test you failed. Every small habit you excuse is a future door you've closed. Every small delay you permit is a prophecy you've postponed. Mastery begins with the smallest decisions. This is why Paul said in Ephesians 5:15, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise." Walk with precision, walk with clarity, walk with discernment, walk with intentionality. You cannot keep walking loosely and expect a structured destiny. Your life must reflect the accuracy of one who knows he is called. There is a discipline required for the level you are entering, the level of kings, the level of leaders, the level of destiny carriers, the level of men who shift atmospheres and change systems. You cannot carry a kingdom mantle with a civilian attitude. 1 Corinthians 14:20 says, "In understanding be men." Be men, not children in mentality, not children in decision making, not children in responsibility, not children in emotional reactions. Destiny demands adulthood in the spirit. You must now put away childishness, put away excuses, put away emotional volatility, put away laziness, put away indecision, put away dependence on external motivation. Paul said in 1 Corinthians 13:11, "When I became a man, I put away childish things." Childish things don't go away on their own. You put them away. You remove them by will. You reject them by discipline. You outgrow them by purpose. Your future cannot coexist with childish living. And now hear this. Your words are creating your world. Proverbs 18:21 says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." Every time you speak laziness, you birth laziness. Every time you speak fear, you reinforce fear. Every time you speak smallness, you shrink your capacity. Every time you speak doubt, you weaken your spirit. Your mouth is a prophecy machine. It is either prophesying your rising or prophesying your stagnation. You must begin to speak like a man who knows he is being shaped for greatness. Speak discipline, speak clarity, speak strength, speak obedience, speak destiny. Ezekiel said in Ezekiel 37:7, "So I prophesied as I was commanded, not as I felt, not as I wished, not as I hoped, as I was commanded." Your destiny is not waiting for your feelings, it is waiting for your declarations. Now let this truth confront you. Your environment is training you even when you don't notice. Your environment is either sharpening you or dulling you, either accelerating you or imprisoning you, either feeding your calling or draining your destiny. Psalm 1 describes a blessed man as one who walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Why? Because counsel shapes conduct. Conduct shapes culture. Culture shapes destiny. If your environment is ungodly, not necessarily morally, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it will contaminate your focus. You cannot grow where you do not breathe. You cannot rise in atmospheres that celebrate smallness. You cannot expand in circles that fear growth. Separate intentionally. Some people are not wrong, they are just wrong for your future. Some environments are not evil, they are simply too small for your assignment. Some conversations are not sinful, they are simply empty. You must curate the world around you. Jesus carried 12 disciples, but only 3 saw him transfigured in Matthew 17. Greatness has inner circles. Destiny has boundaries. Purpose has protocols. You cannot grant everyone access to the core of who you are becoming. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life." Guard the gates of your heart. Guard what enters your spirit. Guard what shapes your mind. Guard what influences your decisions. Because the issues of your life do not come from outside, they flow from within. And now here's something deeper. Your spiritual stamina must increase. This is not the season for shallow prayer. This is not the season for sporadic devotion. This is not the season for emotional spirituality. You must carry a prayer life that matches the weight of your destiny. Jesus said in Luke 18:1 that men ought always to pray and not to faint. Prayer is not an act, it is infrastructure. Prayer is not a moment, it is a system. Prayer is not an activity, it is a backbone. A man who does not pray consistently cannot govern spiritually. Your destiny requires authority, and authority is maintained on the altar of prayer. Your spirit must be charged. Your discernment must be sharp. Your hearing must be sensitive. Your convictions must be strong. Your atmosphere must be guarded. Your future will not be built on emotional prayers, but on structured, disciplined communion with God. This is why Jude 20 says, "But ye, beloved, building up yourselves on your most holy faith, praying in the Holy Ghost." You build yourself by praying. You increase yourself by praying. You strengthen yourself by praying. You expand your capacity by praying. Without prayer, your destiny will collapse under the weight of its own assignment. This is the season where you must build yourself, build your spirit, build your mind, build your habits, build your environment, build your convictions. You are not preparing for a small future. You are preparing for a future that will require the strongest version of you that has ever existed. There comes a point in destiny formation where God begins to confront not just your habits, not just your environment, not just your thinking, but your identity. Because every calling requires a corresponding identity, and until that identity emerges, your destiny remains locked. God cannot place a crown on a man who still thinks like a slave. God cannot pour a mantle into a vessel that still sees himself as unworthy. God cannot hand responsibility to someone who secretly believes he is incapable. This is why the first battle of every destiny is the battle of identity. When the angel greeted Gideon in Judges 6:12 and said, "The Lord is with thee, thou mighty man of valor," Gideon replied from a place of inferiority and limitation. God called him mighty, but he called himself least. Heaven saw a warrior, he saw a weakling. Heaven saw leadership, he saw limitation. Until your identity aligns with your calling, your life cannot align with your prophecy. God has been trying to show you who you are, but you keep reverting to who you were. You must now receive identity by revelation, not by memory, not by your past, not by your mistakes, not by your environment, not by what people said about you, not by what fear whispered to you. Identity must come from what God said. Isaiah 51:1 calls you to look unto the rock whence ye are hewn. You are not a product of your circumstances, you are a product of your Creator. If God calls you chosen, you cannot call yourself inadequate. If God calls you anointed, you cannot call yourself weak. If God calls you destined, you cannot call yourself confused. Identity must bow to revelation. But identity is not merely what God calls you. Identity is what you decide to become. Because God called Adam the ruler of the earth, Genesis 1:26, yet he allowed the serpent to speak uncontested. Identity ignored becomes identity lost. Identity undeveloped becomes destiny aborted. You must now take responsibility for becoming the man God saw when he formed you. 2 Corinthians 3:18 says, "We are changed into the same image from glory to glory." Change meaning transformation is not passive. Change meaning you cooperate. Changed meaning you participate. Changed meaning you rise to meet the version of you that already exists in the mind of God. This is why the pressure around you has increased. Heaven is forcing you into the next version of yourself. Your old patterns cannot follow you there. Your old excuses cannot enter that dimension. Your old fears cannot exist in the new environment. Your old mindset cannot survive the new level. God is updating you, upgrading you, rebuilding you, restructuring your foundations. Because what He is preparing you for is not light. You will handle responsibilities that require spiritual weight. You will influence people who require wisdom. You will step into spaces that require authority. You will face warfare that requires maturity. You will speak words that shape decisions and destinies. This is not the time to remain shallow. Hebrews 5:12 confronts many when it says, "Ye ought to be teachers, but ye have need that one teach you again." Meaning, heaven expected growth, heaven expected maturity, heaven expected development, but they remained in infancy. Infancy is comfortable but deadly. Infancy is safe but limiting. Infancy is familiar but suffocating. You must reject spiritual infancy, reject emotional infancy, reject mental infancy, reject indecisive infancy. You are being summoned into maturity. Ephesians 4:14 warns us not to remain children, tossed to and fro, carried about with every wind. Children are inconsistent. Children are emotional. Children are easily distracted. Children are easily deceived. Children are easily discouraged. But destiny demands men, not children. Men in understanding, men in responsibility, men in conviction, men in stability. You must rise into manhood in the spirit. Yet becoming a man in destiny is not about age. It is about responsibility. Responsibility for your calling. Responsibility for your decisions. Responsibility for your time. Responsibility for your purity. Responsibility for your assignments. Responsibility for your spiritual life. Romans 14:12 says, "Every one of us shall give account of himself to God." Your destiny is not a group project. Your calling is not a collective effort. Your rising is not dependent on others. You must give account for yourself. This is why excuses must die. Excuses are the language of children. Excuses are the refuge of the unprepared. Excuses are the grave where destinies are buried. Excuses are the tools of those who refuse to grow. Jesus said in Luke 14:18 that men made excuses when they were called into assignment. The first said, "I have bought a piece of ground." Another said, "I have bought oxen." Another said, "I have married a wife." All excuses, all reasonable, all destiny destroying. Reasonable excuses are still rebellion. You must now move beyond what is reasonable and enter what is required. Let this settle deeply. Destiny is not convenient. Destiny is costly. Destiny is sacrificial. Destiny demands dying to yourself. Jesus said in Luke 9:23, "If any man will come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross daily, and follow me." Daily denial, daily discipline, daily responsibility, daily alignment, daily obedience. You cannot rise without a cross. You cannot lead without sacrifice. You cannot shine without dying to old shadows. You must choose your cross. Choose your sacrifice. Choose the discipline that shapes you. Choose the discomfort that grows you. Choose the obedience that aligns you. Because every day you refuse your cross, you also refuse your crown. Revelation 3:11 says, "Hold fast, that no man take thy crown." Crowns can be lost. Thrones can be forfeited. Callings can be transferred. Mantles can be reassigned. Not because God is harsh, but because destiny rewards those who are ready. This is why heaven is insisting that you rise now. The crown assigned to your head, the influence, the assignment, the impact, the authority requires a version of you that does not exist yet. That version is being born in these dealings, in these pressures, in these instructions, in these confrontations, in these seasons of stretching. Every day you obey, that version grows. Every day you discipline yourself, that version is strengthened. Every day you deny yourself, that version is sharpened. Every day you choose purpose over pleasure, that version becomes clearer. You are becoming a giant, slowly but surely, a vessel of weight, a man of strength, a carrier of divine intelligence, a custodian of spiritual authority, a steward of heavenly assignment. This is not motivation, this is prophecy. You are being formed for impact. There comes a juncture in destiny where the Spirit of God begins to challenge not just your identity and discipline, but your capacity. Because destiny is heavy, influence is heavy, purpose is heavy, assignment is heavy. And God cannot pour a heavy destiny into a man with a fragile interior. Before God lifts a man outwardly, he enlarges him inwardly. Isaiah 60:22 says, "A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time." Notice the transformation from little to thousand, from small to nation. But before God hastens it, he enlarges the man. A small man cannot carry a big destiny. A fearful man cannot carry a bold assignment. A distracted man cannot carry a focused calling. Heaven must first stretch the vessel. And stretching does not feel like growth, it feels like warfare. It feels like frustration. It feels like pressure. It feels like discomfort. But that pressure is proof of enlargement. Psalm 18:36 says, "Thou hast enlarged my steps under me." Your steps are being enlarged. Your capacity to think is being enlarged. Your ability to decide is being enlarged. Your endurance is being enlarged. Your insight is being enlarged. Your spiritual stamina is being enlarged. God is increasing your internal space so you can host your external destiny. But enlargement requires one thing: breaking. The alabaster box in Matthew 26 did not release fragrance until it was broken. Your fragrance, your potential, your brilliance, your calling will not fill the room until God breaks certain parts of you. Breaking your old identity, breaking your laziness, breaking your fear, breaking your distractions, breaking your comfort, breaking your old appetites, breaking your pride, breaking your excuses. Brokenness is not destruction, brokenness is preparation. Psalm 51:17 says, "A broken and a contrite heart thou wilt not despise." God rejects arrogance but embraces brokenness. Because brokenness makes you flexible. Brokenness makes you teachable. Brokenness makes you obedient. Brokenness makes you spiritually sensitive. Until a man is broken, God cannot fully trust him. Moses was mighty in Egypt, but not usable until he was broken in the wilderness. Jacob was strong in cunning, but not usable until he was broken at Peniel. Peter was bold in flesh, but not usable until he was broken by failure. Breaking births transformation, and you must let God break the version of you that cannot carry your future. Let him break the version that feeds on excuses. Let him break the version that delays obedience. Let him break the version that depends on motivation rather than conviction. Let him break the version that is intimidated by greatness. Let him break the version that hides behind fear. Because once the breaking is complete, building begins. Jeremiah 1:10 says, "I have set thee over the nations, over the kingdoms, to root out, pull down, destroy, throw down, to build, and to plant." Before God builds, he uproots. Before God plants, he plucks out. Before God establishes, he disrupts. Before God constructs, he demolishes. He is uprooting wrong thinking, pulling down unhealthy patterns, throwing down old cycles, destroying limiting beliefs. And once the ground is cleared, he begins to build a man who can stand among kings. You are in the construction zone of destiny. Even now, the Spirit of God is restructuring your inner man, rebuilding your convictions, reinforcing your discipline, repairing your foundations, realigning your appetites, recalibrating your ambitions. Because you must become a man who can withstand the storms that come with assignment. Jesus said in Matthew 7:25 that the house built on rock fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. Rock does not represent perfection, it represents preparation. Rock represents internal strength. Rock represents deep foundations. You must be built on rock. Your mind must be rock. Your will must be rock. Your discipline must be rock. Your convictions must be rock. Your prayer life must be rock. So when pressure comes, and it will, you do not collapse. You do not retreat. You do not question your calling. You do not abandon your post. Warfare will come because destiny attracts warfare. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den because of excellence, Daniel 6. Joseph was thrown into a pit because of prophecy, Genesis 37. Jesus was tempted because of identity, Matthew 4. Warfare is not a sign you are weak. It is a sign you are chosen. A sign that heaven has invested in you. A sign that hell is threatened by you. But warfare requires inner strength. Proverbs 24:10 declares, "If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small." Strength must be built before adversity arrives. You do not train during battle, you train before battle. You do not prepare during crisis, you prepare before crisis. This is why God is intensifying your training now. He is teaching your hands to war and your fingers to fight. Psalm 144:1. He is filling your spirit with strategies. He is sharpening your discernment. He is maturing your reactions. He is strengthening your resolve, because your next level will require a warrior spirit, not a wandering spirit. There is warfare assigned to your calling, warfare that only the future version of you can handle, warfare that demands stamina, warfare that requires precision, warfare that insists on consistency. You must build stamina in the spirit, stamina in convictions, stamina in discipline, stamina in purpose, stamina in identity. Galatians 6-9 says, "Let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." Your due season is coming, but it will only greet those who refuse to faint. Heaven does not reward the emotional. Heaven rewards the stable. Heaven rewards the consistent. Heaven rewards the resilient. Heaven rewards those who stand firm until prophecy becomes reality. This is why God is dealing with you now. You are being prepared for a throne, prepared for leadership, prepared for impact, prepared for visibility, prepared for influence, prepared for stewardship. Nothing about your preparation is random. Every pressure has purpose. Every instruction is intentional. Every discomfort is directional. Every confrontation is developmental. You are being shaped into the kind of man the world cannot ignore and hell cannot defeat.